Welcome to another episode of It's Just Person Podcast. I just want to get on here for a few minutes. I want to talk on the subject of fathers need to step up. Black men, as fathers, you need to step up. You need to stand up and start fighting for your kids. We should be at a point where we sick and tired of young black men, black youth being killed senseless by our own and by the police. You can sit around, you can brag about how many kids you got, how many women you with, how many women you done impregnated. But what good is that if you leaving the kids for the mother to raise and you out making more kids? Hell, you can't afford the ones you got, but you still out here making some. We should never um allow our youth to be taken out like the way they are. Senseless. You got little kids playing with guns, and a child end up getting killed. You got a child being shot by the police. You got a child killing a mother over a video game headset. There's no way that these women should be out here raising these kids by themselves. It's stressful. I knew it coming up because my mom raised us. I heard the conversation she was having with herself, and I made it up in my mind back then that if I have any kids, I would not leave my kids. I would not allow the mother of my kids to struggle and suffer trying to raise those kids by herself. And I was gonna make sure my kids knew me. And I'm pretty sure that I fulfilled that because my kids know me. My kids call me, I'm right there. That's why I never left the state because I wanted to have easy access, and I need to get to my kids quicker somehow. Mothers, you have to stop playing these little petty things, these little petty games with these men. If the men want to see their kids, let them see them kids. Don't keep them away from them kids because you're actually destroying those kids because they're gonna resent you in the end when they get older. Just because the man don't want to be with you anymore, you can't keep him away from his kids. It's not even about y'all anymore. Once you start having kids, it's about those kids. Dads, you have to stop doing these little stupid games. You got to teach these kids. If you love them kids, you got to protect them, and protect them by giving them that proper training. You give them directions, instruction. You correct them when they're doing something wrong, and you show them the right way. If you don't know the right way, then you go find out. But you can't be raising your kids the same foolish ways that you've been raised. Because if you raise them the way you've been raised, that foolishness, they go they gonna repeat. They're gonna repeat the same mistakes that you made. Your children should not be making the same mistakes you made. Your kids should not be out here trying to reach out to you. You should be reaching out to your kids. Bond with your children. Show them and teach them how you grew up and how you overcame what you had to go through. You shouldn't be allowing your kids to grow up being a thug. He out here young having babies at 15 and 14. He don't have a clue how to raise kids. Teach them. You got to teach your children about sex and the consequences of what'll happen. Your children should not be making mistakes you made. You had a child at 15, then you got a daughter having a child at 15. You a dad, you was in and out of juvenile justice system, and your son in the juvenile justice system. If that is the case, you failed them as a father. You should not. If you grew up and you had that criminal mindset, you should want better for your son. I'm talking about this. Talking about the dads now. Talking about the dads. You was out here mistreating women, beating up on women. You don't want that same stuff treatment for your daughter because 9 times out of 10, your son is gonna end up just like you, and he's gonna pick women that you pick because you got that same mindset. You out here selling drugs, he gonna want to do that too because he's trying to mimic everything that you do. And your daughter's gonna pick a man that's gonna remind them of you. If you was lazy and trifling, didn't accomplish anything out of life, she gonna be attracted to a lazy and trifling, no good man. That's not gonna do anything with his life. He's gonna be in and out of jail. And you got to teach your sons that in order for them to avoid the pitfalls of their life, they need to keep their nose clean. Don't associate with people that have that criminal mindset. Want to sit up here and rob and steal and kill folk, then end up in jail. Then once you end up in jail, you get a record. You can't find employment. And once you get out of jail, you can't find employment. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna go back to that same lifestyle that you're familiar with, and you're gonna end up either in jail or dead. You ain't gotta prove. You ain't got back here trying to prove nothing to nobody. How bad you are, how gangster you are by allowing yourself to get caught up in the system. The most gangster thing a black boy can do is don't get in the system. Avoid that system at all costs, because it's gonna cost you more in the future. These rappers ain't gonna tell you that. They glamorize that life. They glamorize being about that life, but 9 times out of 10, they not allowing their sons to fall in their footsteps. They teaching your sons how to drop out of school and become a criminal, but they encouraging their sons to hell go to finish school and go to college. Dads, we have to step up for our kids. If we claim to love our kids, we need to teach them correctly. We teaching them what they can't do. We need to start teaching them what they can do. We need to be an example for our kids. We showing them all the bad examples: the smoking, the drinking, the having multiple babies by all these women, avoiding responsibility. They value their cars more than they value the damn relationship, the damn family. You mess with a black man car and see what happens. Get damn near kill you over that car, but won't do nothing when you mess with his kids. There's no way that society should be treating our children the way they treat them, and we not saying no, we not saying or doing anything about it. We turn a blind eye to it. We need to properly educate our kids, because what they've been taught and what's going on, it just ain't working no more. Our children deserve better. If you want our kids to survive, we need to teach them and train them better. We need to get them out of that life. The streets, the streets are not good for our children anymore. Nothing good ever comes from the street. Either you're gonna end up in jail, feeding the beast, the system, or you'll end up dead, feeding the beast in the system. Everybody out here making money off of us but us. What happened to the men of the back in the '60s, the deacon of defense? You ain't gonna come up in the neighborhood with that. When they bring that mindset back. But these men out here trying to impress other men. Hell, we on the same we in the same boat. You can't impress me with nothing. Hell, if you can get it, I can get it. That should be the mindset. Not go out there and take what somebody else has got. There's no shortcut to success. Stop trying to find a shortcut and put in the work. You want your kids to be better? Dad, you got to put in the work. You got to do your research, then train them and teach them. You can't teach them anything if you busy out here pursuing other women. How many women you can bed in a year? Like you trying to goddamn get in the Guinness Book of World Records? Because the responsibility of your kids, if they survive or not, it falls on you. You as the dad, because you're supposed to be the head, the leader. It all falls on you. You can't put the blame on the mother anymore, on the female. Females don't want that responsibility. It's time we need to step up and stop playing and stop with the bullshit. If you find any value in this video, like, share, subscribe to my channel. It's Just Percy Podcast. And like I always say at the end of my videos, whatever you do, do it better. But dads, we got to step up.